Have you ever wondered how some animals survive in places that seem completely unlivable? From creatures that freeze solid every winter to others that walk through scorching deserts like it is nothing. Nature's survival strategies get seriously weird. So today we're going to take a look at 6 animals that do not just survive in extreme environments, they thrive in them. Camels are basically the ultimate desert survival machines. They can survive up to 2 weeks without water under moderate desert conditions and up to 7 days without water in extreme heat. They can lose up to 25% of their body's water content without dying, something that would kill almost any other mammal. The human threshold for fatal water loss is 12%. And the secrets behind camels' extreme survival? Oval-shaped red blood cells that keep flowing even when they are dehydrated, and humps that are filled with reserve fat, not water, which they can break down into both energy and moisture. A camel's ability to endure water loss comes from those oval-shaped red blood cells. Their flexible shape lets blood flow smoothly even when water is scarce, allowing the body to function despite severe dehydration. And instead of sweating, they actually let their body temperature rise during the day, conserving every last drop of water they hold. It is almost like their entire biology is designed around the idea of wasting nothing. On the opposite end of the planet is the polar bear, the apex predator of a frozen world. Their thick fur may look white, but each hair is actually transparent and hollow. This structure helps disperse light, making it appear white. Their fur is also water repellent, making it easy for the bears to dry off after swimming in icy waters. Beneath their fur, their skin is jet black, which maximizes heat absorption, helping to keep these bears warm even when it is negative 40 degrees outside. And further beneath the skin is a layer of blubber around 4 inches thick, which serves as insulation and an energy reserve. Polar bears can also slow their metabolism to extreme levels when food is scarce, putting themselves in a state called torpor. Pregnant females can slow their metabolism in a torpor-like state, surviving up to 8 months without food, while male and non-pregnant bears remain active year-round. They are not just built for the cold, they are built to outlast it. In the arid deserts of Central and Western Australia, there is a small, spiky lizard that looks like a tiny dragon, and it has one of the strangest survival tricks on Earth. The thorny devil is native to Australia, and besides its strange movement and appearance similar to a leaf, one of its craziest survival strategies is how it drinks. The thorny devil rarely drinks from open water. Puddles and streams are almost non-existent in its habitat, so it has evolved to absorb moisture directly from its environment. It doesn't drink water the normal way that you would think. Instead, its skin acts like a sponge. Tiny grooves between the scales pull in water from dew, rain, or even damp sand, which then gets channeled through capillary action to the corners of its mouth, which it can then drink. It can literally hydrate just by standing in the rain or on a wet patch of ground. It is one of nature's most efficient water harvesters. Another animal that survives where it seems impossible is the yak. They live high up in the Tibetan and Himalayan mountain ranges where life can barely function due to thin air and oxygen levels half of that at sea level. Most large mammals would perish, and very few humans can reach this height without aid from an oxygen canister. Yaks, however, thrive, thanks to their blood being full of extra red blood cells and their hearts and lungs being oversized for their bodies. Since the red blood cell count is so high, it carries more hemoglobin, which is the molecule that binds to oxygen, meaning they can deliver oxygen more effectively to muscles and organs, even when their heart rate slows to conserve energy. Their fur has 2 layers, a dense woolly undercoat that traps warm air close to the skin, and a longer, coarser outer layer that blocks wind, snow, and moisture. This double-layered insulation works like a natural winter coat, trapping heat and repelling cold air. The wood frog lives across North America, reaching as far north as the Arctic Circle, where temperatures drop well below freezing. Most amphibians would die in that kind of cold, but the wood frog has evolved a strategy so extreme it defies biology. It allows its entire body to freeze, solid. When temperatures fall in autumn, the frog burrows under leaves or soil, but not too deep, since it actually needs to freeze with the environment and not avoid it. Ice crystals begin forming on its skin and limbs, spreading inward until they fill the body cavity between its cells. Within hours, the frog becomes completely still. Its heart stops, blood flow ceases, and nearly all of its vital functions shut down, entering a suspended state similar to hibernation, but much deeper. The secret to survival lies in where the ice forms. It stays between the cells, not inside them. If ice formed inside, it would puncture and destroy the cell walls, exactly what kills most animals that freeze. As ice begins to spread, the frog's liver floods its bloodstream with glucose, a natural sugar that acts as a biological antifreeze. This glucose rushes into cells throughout the body, lowering the freezing point and preventing the formation of sharp ice crystals that would rupture cell membranes. In this frozen state, no oxygen circulates, but the cells survive for weeks by almost completely shutting down metabolism. When spring returns, the frog thaws from the inside out, its heart restarts first, then breathing, then brain activity. Within a day, it is hopping around again as if nothing ever happened. The wood frog can survive multiple freeze-thaw cycles each winter, a feat almost no other animal on Earth can match. Hippopotamuses live in some of Africa's hottest regions, where daytime temperatures regularly top 40 degrees Celsius. Yet they spend most of the day out in the sun with almost no hair and incredibly sensitive skin. Unlike elephants that use mud as sunblock, hippos rely on a built-in chemical defense, a natural sunscreen secreted from their skin. It is often called blood sweat, but it is not actually blood or sweat. Hippos don't even have traditional sweat glands like humans do. Instead, their skin releases an oily fluid made of two special compounds: hipposudoric acid, which is reddish, and norhipposudoric acid, which is orange. Together, they scatter UV light, acting like a natural sunblock that protects against burns and skin damage. What is wild is that the secretion is not just photoprotective. It is antibacterial too. It shields from UV rays and helps prevent infections. Scientists have found that bacteria struggle to grow in the presence of these acids, explaining why hippos can have deep cuts yet rarely get infections, even while living in muddy, bacteria-filled rivers. Hippos spend up to 16 hours a day submerged in water, which cools their massive bodies and keeps their skin from drying out. Because like humans, their skin can crack and peel if it stays in the sun for too long. Their blood sweat even spreads underwater, forming a thin film that continues to protect their skin once they resurface. At night, when temperatures drop, they finally come out to graze on land, avoiding the harshest sun hours. Their skin is also unusually thin and porous, which is why staying in the water isn't just for comfort, it is essential to their survival. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it or learned something fascinating today, leave a like or a comment. Please do not forget to subscribe. I hope you get some good news today, and I will see you in the next one.